Bada bum. Hello, 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 hello. Hey Debbie, how you doing? What's new? Hey Bella. Yeah, the ginkgo biloba. It's kind of a running joke. It used to be at the store when I worked there because I'd forget things, and so one of the girls I worked with, she'd go ginkgo biloba, Davita, ginkgo biloba. Did you talk to Grandma Joe? Do they have him on morphine? Hi, Sarah. Hey, Peggy, how are you? Hey, kitty cat. So is it still real hot there, Bella? So it doesn't cool down at night at all, huh? That's the worst, is when the heat just stays and it never cools down. I hate that. I hate the humidity. I can deal with the heat, but the humidity, it drains me. I don't know what it is about humidity, but I'm not joking. It's like, oh, it makes me so tired. Ugh. Until fall. Oh my gosh. How's your daughter doing? Well, you know what, Debbie, well, no, actually, for 2 days, I worked on my one room. I mean, I hadn't worked on that room and it was becoming a catch all. And I thought, you know what, this is driving me nuts. You know, when it starts wearing on you and you think, I've got to get in there. And I just didn't have the mojo to get in there. And finally, I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to forfeit, doing a DIY for a couple days and I've got to get in there and get this done. I had to shred a lot of papers. Remember I told you I keep everything? Well, I'm not joking. And it's a sickness. I mean, I've got to get rid of this stuff. You know what I mean? Well, I had paycheck stubs from probably 15 years, okay? And then other papers. So I had to look through all the papers. And then I had to shred it. I had two big black bags full of shredded paper. And now I'm starting in on my craft room. What, in your craft room you just kept going and going? Because then I thought, you know what, I might as well start hanging up some stuff. I hadn't put anything on the walls. And I thought, I've got to get some of this stuff up. You too, Peggy? What's it with us doing the craft rooms? And papers take up so much space. And now I just got to go through a bunch of stuff and I don't know. I got to purge. Isn't that terrible? Do you have to work tomorrow, Bella? I'm going to get those pills that you got. What I'll do is when I go to Walmart after work tomorrow night, I'll just look at your video when you show that bottle. I hate taking real big pills. Oh, you took it off until you've moved? Oh, good for you. It will me too, Peggy. It's weird, but it takes me so much longer now to get things done. It never used to take me this long, and now, it takes me forever. Dear God, dear God, dear God. Oh, dear God, Debbie, don't tell me that. Don't tell me, don't. Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. I feel like I'm gonna faint. It's okay. I'm sitting down. Okay, wait. I only read half of it when you said something's running up my leg. I don't know if I want to look. Okay, here I go. Hi, Tiffany. How are you, sweetie? I got to read this real quick. Oh, dear God. So I was getting into my car yesterday and something ran up my foot. Oh, my gosh. I thought it was a mouse. Ugh. It was a honey-colored spider. Now, see, I can take a spider. I can. You give me a mouse, it's all over. Hi, Rosie. How are you? But are those pills really big? I got to get that serum. Did Cheryl ever tell us the name of the serum, Bella? How you doing, Rosie? How's your weather? I bet you it's hot where you are, Tiffany, because you're in Vegas. It was huge? Ooh. Speaking of a spider, I always have a story. Well, the spiders are nuts this year, okay? And there was a spider, and it was big. It was a big one. And so I went in real quick, and I got the Windex, and I had the wet paper towel ready, because a dry one they can sneak, you know, where if it's wet, you can plop it down on them. Well, it got away. I'm looking for that thing like a mad woman, okay? Couldn't find it. 2 days later, I'm vacuuming. Now, where it was in my dining room in my family area, right? 2 days later, I go into my family room and I'm vacuuming. I see the same sucker, and he's over in the corner, and I thought, doggone it. Tried to get him again. He ran. Third time. It was a day later. And I looked over, and it was by where I keep a lot of my pictures on this oak shelving, you know, that goes from the floor to the, you know what I mean. And there it was. I thought, man, you are not getting away from me this time. So I went and got Mark's big old flip-flop. I took that thing, boom, smashed that thing to smithereens. That thing, they are so fast. And usually I can get them, but this one, man, he was good. He kept getting away from me. I need to know the serum. Who else was on when Cheryl talked about the serum? She said it was at CVS, but I can't remember. It was a collagen serum, right? I can just see Debbie jumping up and down. But Grandma Joe's husband isn't doing good for anyone that wasn't on Bella's live. It's getting really now to where it's, like Bella said, I think a couple months they're saying, Bella. Poor guy. Poor Grandma Joe. Am I buffering to you guys? Because on my screen it doesn't look like it, but my phone is. So I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on just for a minute. Oh, this phone drives me nuts. I'm still buffering. Hold on. Just keep talking amongst yourselves. We all should be used to this by now with me. Yep, I can see that the screen's still working okay. It's my phone that's buffering. I'm going to turn the whole thing off and come back. So I won't see your comments for a minute, but I'm going to start tracing these. I've got a couple DIYs that I'm going to do for the 4th. Well, not for the 4th, but for the patriotic decor. And I got to make an announcement tonight. I'm going to have the video up if anyone's interested, or if you're listening and you want to join in. I know it's late, but the videos will go up June 23rd, which is Sunday, anytime. I don't have a particular time that I have people do it. They can do it whenever on Sunday. But I'll just do a couple. I can't believe how fast this month went. I mean, it's like, what the heck? It just got away from me. It's nuts. Oh, I'm trying to get my phone back. All right. It's finally back. I don't know what's going on. Hi, Lori, Cammie, Angel Lady, Lori Stewart. Yeah, I went on because I read what you had put, sweetie, and I thought, oh, I should go on for a little bit. Rose oil and call. Is that what she said? Okay, I'm reading this real quick. It's collagen oil. Hi, Heather. How are you, honey? And Sarah, did I say hi to you? Well, if I didn't, hi, Sarah. Yeah, I filmed my patriotic tour today. I had to get that. If I hadn't filmed that today, it wouldn't have got done. And I'm not going to film it, you know, when it's the 4th of July. So I'll put it up, like I said, Sunday. But I'll make an announcement on my YouTube channel, you know, to tell people. Oh, Henry? Wait till you see the home tour with my other chickens and my rooster. They're fighting. They are fighting. They're so mad at each other. You guys, I'm weird. When I don't even know why I'm telling you this. When I used to work at the grocery store, before I was a checker, I worked on food. So we used to put up like the hair dye and all that kind of stuff, right? So I'd look at each of the pictures of the girls on the dye boxes, and I would make up stories of what they were saying by the look on their face. Well, one of my colleagues that I used to work with, because we'd get there like at 3:30 in the morning, and she'd hear me over there talking, and she'd go, she'd say, "Who are you talking to?" I go, "Come here." I said, "I wanted to show you what they're saying." And so we were crying, we were laughing so hard. And so it got to be where she'd come over into my aisle, because we each had our own aisle that we'd put stuff up to get it done faster. And so she'd come over and she'd say, "What are they saying now?" And I'd say something and she'd start cracking up. So, with my chickens, I look at them and I think to myself, I wonder what they'd be saying if they could say something. So, yep, when you see the tour, two of those girls are fighting over old Rudy. Well, Henry's been around forever. Oh, thanks, Heather. No, I'm not kidding. I'm weird. I'm just weird. That's all there is to it. But if you ever look at those dye boxes, they all have a certain look, but they're all different. The look on their face, you know? Yes, Anthony. I have Anthony. Hi, Anthony. How are you? Yes, thank your whole family for their service, Anthony. Oh, yeah, there's no way. I mean, especially when we'd have to get up that early in the morning, you know? And the guys that worked in the night shift, you know, they'd have the music blasting. I mean, that music, they would turn that sucker up, and I mean, it would blast. And so we'd have to find our sanity somewhere, you know, and you got to have fun when you're working, because if you don't, it's a long old night. I'm trying to think what else I used to. There was something else I used to do. Oh, well, sometimes we'd get up on the forklift, and we weren't supposed to, and then we'd get on the flat carts, the metal carts where they put their shampoos and all that, taking them out of the packages, and we'd get. Now, of course, I mean, we're talking, this is, 3, 4 in the morning, so nobody's there other than the workers. And we would get on the flat carts on our stomachs, and we'd roll real fast down the aisle. That was fun. Wow, you do come from a very, very patriotic family, Debbie. My uncle was in the Navy in World War II. Pat. Yeah, he wanted to get dressed up. When I was cleaning all the papers out yesterday, you go through all of them, and I was finding things that I had totally forgotten about. And I found this one card that Tanya had written, and she was only 7. And it's when Josh was born, my youngest son. And she wrote a note to him, and in her handwriting when she was little. And it was like, oh, wow. And so I pulled that out and kept it. And I found some other when I got promoted in different areas of the store, I kept those. And what else? I found some other stuff. I found a article that my grandmother had sent me when Jason was just first born, and look how old this newspaper is. I mean, it's just ready to fall apart. But she sent it to me, and she gave this to me in 1971, and it says "Dear World," and it's talking about her little boy that's going to be going to school, and how she wants the world to take care of him. And that's what my grandmother was telling me, that God only lends us our children, and that he can take them anytime he wants. But, to treat them good and to thank him for them. But, yeah, she was such a wise woman, but I found this, and I'm going to copy it, but then I want to show it to Jason. Look how old that is. I'm looking at also the prices. Look at this. For a couch, a sofa, and a love seat, $297. But yeah, that's really old. Oop. Oh, well, that's how it was with us, Peggy. We would start laughing. And the worst is when I'd be in the check stand and me and another checker would, when we weren't helping customers, and we'd be on a subject or whatever and be laughing. And then, have you ever laughed and you can't stop and it's not the right time to laugh? And you do everything you can not to laugh, and then someone comes in your line and you start laughing and they have no clue what you're doing, and they start giving you a dirty look. Oh, I gotta tell you this one. This one time, I had this guy came through my line, and he had a big Kleenex hanging out of his nose. Okay, when you are checking someone out and they have a big Kleenex hanging out of their nose and you're trying to look at them seriously, and he wasn't laughing, it wasn't like he was being funny or anything like that. And the bagger kept looking at me and I kept looking at him, and I thought, God, I can't look at you, because if I look at you, I'm going to start cracking up, and I can't do that. Well, I kept trying to just, ring out the groceries, and he was putting them in the bag, and I made eye contact right at the wrong time. It took everything in me not to start cracking up, and the guy just paid and left with that big old Kleenex hanging out of his nose. And I was thinking, okay, let's say that you had a bloody nose. Wouldn't you at least put the Kleenex up enough to where it wasn't hanging down by your mouth? I'm thinking, what are you doing? It was like hanging all the way down. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. And he just sat there very stoic and paid and left. I'm telling you, we were crying. We were laughing so hard when he left. And we couldn't stop. It was one of those things where every time we looked at each other, we'd go back to what we just saw. Oh, it was awful. It was so nuts. Oh. Oh, I'm telling you, Bella, honestly, it was almost painful, because, for the rest of the time, because I was still there for another couple hours, and every time I look over at him, I just, it was like, I didn't want to look at him, but I did, but then I thought, oh, if I do, then I'm going to get started, and I'm not going to be able to stop. So you got people laughing too. I know, it's weird how sometimes, of course, that was just weird looking, but, and sometimes it can just be something that really shouldn't be, making you fall to the ground, but it's just weird, and you just get that bug going and you start laughing so much and you think, oh my God, how am I going to stop? And I would try to think of something else so I'd quit laughing. Oh, it was terrible. But you do get a lot of different kinds of people, I'll tell you that. tracing out these hearts. What if you couldn't stop laughing and you just kept laughing and laughing forever? You know, like hiccuping. I should really go over here. Get more room. And you know what this is, don't you? You know. You know. Oh, a rooster. I could cut that out. Huh. That's how I look at things now. I don't want to be on that crease, really. Oh, well. I mean, stars. Stars, 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 stars. You better believe it, another rooster for your kitchen. Now I'm tracing these because I might want to use this the way it is, you know what I'm saying? And I showed you already the patriotic cutouts that I did. I didn't do too many because I already have some that I did last year. Oh my gosh, talking about laughing. I was at the dentist one time and they gave me nitrous. And my dentist is always amazed. He goes, Davida, he goes, I have this thing cranked up all the way. He goes, what is with you? And I'm still talking away. He goes, you're not supposed to be talking at this point. Well, finally it kicked in. And I started to laugh. And I couldn't stop. He started to laugh. His assistant started to laugh. He had to stop working because we were all laughing. And I have no clue what I was laughing about. I just remember I was laughing. Oh my gosh. That was hysterical. And he was laughing so hard he couldn't stop. And trust me, I don't like the dentist. I'm going to make a DIY out of these. You'll see I have to videotape it, but I'm just getting ahead of the game. I'm just going to show you, well, I mean, I got to do a haul on my video, but what should I show you? I did get a couple things. Oh my gosh, you guys. You would not believe all the Christmas in the back room at work. And some of it is new and fall as well. It is crazy. It is nuts. So much stuff. That's pretty. I don't know what I did with my other scissors. Dang it. I love the way I'm prepared. I remember I had someone on my channel and they go on a comment, this was a couple years ago. What'd she say? You need to have all of your stuff prepared. I don't like waiting. I thought, take a chill pill. Jeez. I just laugh at that stuff. And I went on, you know, of course, to her name. She had zero subscribers. The Christmas stuff should be out by probably the end of the week. Now, okay, I can't talk for other states and other stores, but I do know that everybody is getting their Christmas stuff delivered. I do know that. And they don't like anything in the back room because Hobby Lobby doesn't have a warehouse. You know how some stores, if you ask, do you have any of this in the back or whatever? Hobby Lobby is truck to shelf. They only order, uh, you know, what's needed, except for Christmas and holidays. Of course, they then order more. But like we're putting out, most of the fall is out already. And then Christmas also is starting. We're already starting to put the picks up, and the ornaments are up. Not the hanging ornaments, but the packaged ornaments. And we have the Christmas material in. Christmas ribbons coming in. Quite a bit is already on the shelves at my store. Not everything, because, I mean, if you could see all the stuff, it's going to take a while. The Halloween stuff is there also. It's in the warehouse. Hobby Lobby, it used to be where they'd have the fall out first and then the Halloween. And I always used to think to myself, why don't they have the Halloween first? But they would always put out fall and then Halloween. And I think from the way it looks, there's a little bit more Halloween than there used to be. I know there's no more bees, Debbie. I looked, and all of ours is gone. The only thing we have left as far as any of that kind of stuff in the spring section is the metal. Oh, it's like oh, I can't remember now. It's kind of a cutesy type thing for the yard. Hey, Maria. Hi, Joyce. How are you? I don't know when they're going to put stuff out for Halloween as far as Dollar Tree. I do know that um, they got the sunflower dishes. Those are coming out again this year. I was hoping they were going to put apple. The girl that I talked to, and again, I don't know if she knew what she was talking about. I mean, I don't know if she was a manager, if she was just stocking shelves. I don't know, but she said that the lemon plates are done. Again, this is her talking, doesn't mean that it's gospel. And that no apple plates, and it will be sunflower plates again. But yeah, it looked like there was new fall stuff. And again, I mean, they're all still in boxes, but what I could see, and I mean, I can't just stand there and look, because when I'm going to the back room, it's either to get fixtures or to throw stuff away, you know, and then I got to get back to the floor. But from what I could see in passing, some of the stuff looks new. And for Christmas, I know they have new stuff. But I don't know what's going to be the new thing this year. You know, I mean, as far as, you know how the red and black was a couple years ago and then the black and white was last year? I'll still do black and white, and I want to do more snowmen. I have a couple of really cool Halloween DIYs. Really cool. I'm really excited. Probably right after Christmas in July, I'll go ahead and film those. Well, at least one of them, the one that I'm really excited about. Yeah, some of your stores have wrapping paper up. I can't remember. I didn't see wrapping paper yet, but I did see the ornaments that are in the, oh, you know, the big containers. And I'm trying to think back now. Maybe they did have some. Maybe they did. I know that a lot of fall stuff is out. I do know that. I love the witches too. I got the little black boots last year at Michael's, you know, the ceramic. And this one DIY that I'm doing, I don't want to say anything yet, but I know you're going to love it. And it does have to do with the witch theme, but you're going to go crazy. I know it. Did you guys, who has looked at my Halloween DIYs last year and the year before? I think it was the year before, 2 years ago, when I did, I always forget her name. Come on, the one at Disneyland in the Haunted Mansion. Not Medusa, but Madam, crud, what's her name? You know, where her head's in a big bowl. That turned out really cool. And I did my bouquet with the eyeballs that year out of ping pong balls. And I did my candles out of paper towel rolls. Those turned out beautiful. The black ones. If you haven't gone and you like Halloween, if you haven't looked at my Halloween DIYs, I have a lot of really cool ideas for people that like to decorate for Halloween. You made the head and the ball cool. Yeah, like I say, for people that, you know, like to decorate for Halloween, check it out because they did turn out really, really good. Oh my gosh, I love Hocus Pocus. Love Hocus Pocus. I'm going to do the buffalo check too, Maria, the black and white. Are you doing the black and white? I think the black and white are so cute. Did you see the snowmen that I made last year? That dupe I made from Hobby Lobby with the cording from Dollar Tree? Remember I wrapped it in the uh, oh, styrofoam and then I made the hat out of the buffalo check. Do you remember seeing that? Anyone that's on here? Yeah, the one in the crystal ball, Rosie. I'm going to go on there. Oh, what am I doing that for? I want to see if I can see it real quick just to show you guys. Hold on, if I can get it real quick. Okay, look at all these DIYs that I've done for Halloween, but I want to show you. Hold on. And all you got to do is up in the top where anyone's name is, where you see the magnifying glass, just type in, you know, like Davita's DIYs for Halloween. And they'll come up. Okay, I'm going to bring it this way so you can see it. I'm not going to take you through the whole thing. I just want to show you the picture. That's why I'm making the candles. Well, of course you're buffering. What else would you do, you idiot? I hate this phone. What's this all about? What is that all about? Black. Stupid. Hold on. Let me get it. I'm telling you I want to throw this phone into the window. Hold on. You should see me when I'm driving. Oh, I get so mad sometimes. I don't want the candles. I just want to hit this thing. Oh well. Just go on and look. You'll find it. And I made these cute little sweet ghosts too. I'll show you if I can. Probably can't because this is an idiot phone. I made that big old ghost out of the gauze. But that's not what I wanted to show you. You know, and if I wasn't trying to show you, I'd be able to pick it up, no problem. My connection is so bad with this phone. I don't know what it is. I really don't. Oh well. Yep, just go to Halloween DIYs, Davita, and you'll there's a lot of them. It's making me so mad. Oh, you did, Sarah? You made the candles and the ghost? Oh, good. That's who it is. Lorena. Lorena. Whoever. I mean, I don't do scary. You know what I mean? I just put a head on the table. I am so twisted. You know what I mean? I mean, that was from Disneyland, okay? But they're just cutesy. Oh, did you see the spell book? Yes. Oh, well, let me try. Let me try so I can fail at that too. Okay? Let's look. Spell book. And I made it out of an old medical book that I used to look at constantly when my kids were little. That turned out really cute. Madame Leota. That's what it was. Madame Leota. This is going to bug me until I can get it right. Just want you just for the ones that haven't seen it and that might look at this later. And you just get her head, or her face, I should say, from the internet. I mean, I'm talking easy lemon squeezy. Do you see her head in the bowl? And then I put black tulle behind the glass bowl. And then I put a big spider and a crow. But when it's all together, it'll look cool. And then I'll show you real quick the spell book. Look how pretty. And then I put a red apple by it. And that's the book. I took it out of the family medical book. I'm just going to go past just to show you what it looks like. Come on, quit buffering. I don't know if you can tell real well. But when it was up in the, when it's all finished, you know, and you put it together with your vignette, it's really cool looking. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I mean, I know a couple DIYs that I'm doing for Halloween. I just don't know what, I gotta get back to my page. What, I mean, I know I'm going to do witches, cute witches. Oh, good. I want to see everybody's stuff. Oh, you have a big costume party? Maria, did you really? Did you watch it on the TV or did you all huddle around the computer? Where's Val tonight? Are you there, Val? Yeah, you'll like him, Debbie. Hi, Robin. Did you give him the pizza that you made him? Oh yeah, Maria. Wait till you see the one thing that I'm doing. You guys are gonna love it. And everything that I make, I think it's pretty easy for all of you to make, right? I don't think I do anything that's really, you know, on a 65-inch TV. Oh, for corn's sake. Rosie, that's perfect. An old telephone book. That is perfect. Perfect size, too. I loved it. I thought it was adorable, Robin. I always try to make those DIYs where you guys can do them, you know. I don't think anything that I've done is hard. I mean, making the candles, you paint the paper roll towels, drip hot glue on it and paint it. That's it. I like black cats too. Did you see the cutouts? Remember the ones I did that were jointed and I got it from Google? And it was, I did it like this where I put them onto the cardboard. and then I pose them and I put them on my hutch. Those are fun to do. Oh, she wanted to have a Halloween wedding? Wow. Madame Leota, that's right. Yeah, the candy apples, the black ones, those turned out so cute. And again, how easy. Mod Podge, black paint, dip your apple in and call it a day. But yet, it's so easy, but it makes such an adorable uh, piece, to decorate with. Floating witch's broom, that sounds cute. I used to love, I think some of you that follow me know this, but I used to love, my kids used to get so mad at me, but I would take them trick or treating. And actually, I never let them go by themselves until, well, and when they were old enough, like 15, 16, they didn't go anymore, of course. But um, I would always walk up to the door with them because I wanted to look inside everyone's house to see how they decorated. So I've been doing this kind of checking things out forever. And I used to love to look in real quick, or I'd see who was in the house, or I'd see if they were having a party, or they were, what they were eating. But I primarily would go up to look inside their house. Isn't that terrible? But I really did. Oh, okay. The supplies, Maria. What do you mean when it gets closer? Just come on and tell you what supplies to get? She hid the black animals at Halloween. Yeah, because people would get them just for that, huh? Lamps were on sale last week. So they're not on sale this week, so that means they're going to be on sale next week. Usually it's every other week, although they're starting to keep up some of their sales for 2 weeks now, and they never used to do that. I am a Snoop. Robin, I am a Snoop. I mean, Snoop Dogg doesn't have anything. Yeah, I'm such a Snoop. And I'd get right up there, and my kids would go, Mom, Mom, stop it, quit looking. I go, just get your candy. And I'd look in the house. To DIY pumpkins, what do you mean? Did you see that one diorama I did with that one pumpkin? But it was for, I think I did I do that one for, no, I did that one for, Halloween, not Halloween, I'm sorry, for fall. Did you guys see that one that I did the pictures of Everly and she's behind like flowers and a haystack and all that? Do you remember seeing that one? No, lay down. It ain't happening. I just took you out before I came up here. Oh, clearance? No, not that I know of, Bella. I didn't see any. Hi, Selena. How are you, honey? Yeah, I can see that, Joyce. Oh, thanks, Robin. Yes, I made um, I made some out of material. I think it was 2 years ago. I made them. I'll show you. I don't have the um, fall one, but I'll show you. It's the same technique. Stay here. You're not going out yet. Get in here, Bella. Get in here, Bella. All right, get some water. Go ahead, get some water. Is it there? We're not going down yet, Bella. Sorry, guys. I had to get her some water. They were like this, but this I made for my daughter's wedding. Not wedding, her bridal shower. And if you haven't seen that, go on, put in Dacia's bridal shower, and you'll see a lot of stuff that I made. But anyway, the concept is the same. And hers was a Cinderella theme. And this is material, and then you put the fiber fill in it, and then you take a big needle and you, tuft it. And then I made the wheels out of 14 gauge wire and put it on a Dollar Tree candlestick. But this was on all of the tables. And then underneath were pink baby roses. This wasn't for her bridal. It's not for her bridal. It was for Everly's baby shower. Anyway, but this is how you would do your pumpkins for fall as well. You would just use different material. But yeah, it was really, really pretty. But this is, oh my gosh, Everly just fell off the pumpkin. I cut out these pictures of her, and then, well, she just fell off. But anyway, you see how the pumpkins are here? And then here's another one. And then you just get a pumpkin, the kind that have the hole or it can be carved out. And then you put this, it's like the same concept is what you would do with a sugar egg. And then you put in the picture of it, but these are really cute. So like for instance, your kids, when they were little, get some pictures, print them out, and print them out smaller, like a 3x5 or a 2x3, whatever your printer does, and then cut them out, and then put them, just glue them onto the leaves and the pumpkins, and put them inside of a pumpkin, or whatever you want, or leave it like that, Yeah, steal it. But yeah, this was really very easy to make. You just cut a big round circle. I used a big plate for the circumference, of what I needed. And then just took heavy embroidery thread, and then, you put the stuffing in first, and then do a running stitch all the way around and pull it tight. And then I took wire instead of, what do you call the curly cues on a pumpkin? You know what I'm talking about. But I used wire instead, and then I made the stem, and then the little flowers I just glued on. Actually, it was for her. The baby shower was for this one. But yeah. So you could make different sizes and put them in a cluster. That'd be pretty for fall. Okay, Debbie, good night, hun. Oh, she'd love that, Selena. Well, these I made years ago. And then when she wanted, you know, a princess theme and Cinderella, uh, you know, I just started thinking things. But like I said, if you go on to her, and you know what just gripes me to no end? At the time, I had a YouTube channel, but I really wasn't active on it. So I did not tape anything that I did. Drives me nuts. But I do have a video of everything, so you can see the different things that I made. Actually, I could show you a picture of it. I think I'll show you real quick on my iPad, and you guys can just get an idea of. It might give you ideas if you're going to be having a bridal shower, baby shower. Baby shower. Okay, and this is a quick one. Are you guys bored? Do you not want to see this? Am I boring you? But it does show you different. Okay, let me. Oh, stop. Who's calling me? That was her cake. And I made that candy bouquet over there. This is only like 2 minutes. And then that strawberry tree I made. And I always personalize everything, the water bottles. We'll go outside in a minute and you'll see the stuff. Okay, there it is. See the baby's breath and all that on the pumpkin? See? And then I cut out those from Cricut. It was so hot that day, it was 101. It's almost over. I'm just going to let it run to the end. It's only got a couple seconds. She didn't know I took this next picture of the hospital. And that's London looking out the window as they're coming home. She had no idea I was filming this, and I gave it to her. Look at Everly. I gave her that. She cried. I burned it onto a DVD and gave it to her. But anyway, yeah, and so you saw what that looked like. It was beautiful because one of my girlfriends is a florist at the store where I worked, and she got me fresh, huge baby's breath, and that stuff came out all over in the baby roses. And then I had what are their names from Disney? The two mice. Anyway, I had a set of those by every pumpkin. And then I made a pillow and I had a crown, a little crown next to this. Oh, thank you. Yeah, she is. She's a very pretty woman. And very sweet, too. Oh, I like McKinley. I think McKinley's cute. But I love doing stuff with pictures. I love displaying them other than just frames. And that's why I try to do other things. But this one Halloween one that I'm going to be doing, oh my gosh. You guys will, well, I know you'll incorporate it with your own family and kids or grandkids, you know? But it's so much fun to show the pictures differently than just, you know, in a frame. That shower probably took me because I was working full time at the time of that shower. It probably took me with planning and looking at different things that I wanted to make and everything to be ordered and all that. That probably took me about 5 months. Your granddaughter's McKinley Rose. Oh, how cute. They lost your baby's birth photos? Oh my gosh. Oh, I'd be so ticked. Look at your statement. Okay. Okay, I'm looking. About your cake. Oh, okay, wait. I'll make a lemon pie. Oh my gosh, looks like pie's gone wrong. What'd you do, Selena? You mean the plaster of Paris dried at a slant? Is that what you mean? Oh yeah, you could make this, Bella. It's a circle and you stuff it and you pull it together. Well, because they have so many pretty materials. And depending on what you, okay, think about this, guys, for a minute, okay? because I'm going to do a couple like this. And I'll do a DIY. When I say DIY, it's the ones when I videotape them, not live. But I'm going to make a couple in the, come on, Davida, the black and white buffalo check. I'm going to do a couple for fall in the black and white buffalo check. Those will be pretty. Selena. You could make these, Maria. I know for a fact you could make those. Yeah, I want to see the picture. Did you put some of the spackle like for whipping cream? It's not time yet, you guys. It's too early. So do you have to work tomorrow, Maria? Do you know how to make a basting stitch, Maria? With a needle and thread just to baste? Hi, Dana. How are you? Come here, Bella. How you doing, Dana? What's wrong, Dana? Because I remember you saying after Father's Day that you ate some sweets and you were feeling not too good. Are you still thinking you're feeling from that? Maria. Oh, wait a minute. Selena, I gotta read this again. You made lemon slices. The crust on top, that's where it went way wrong. Here we go with the John Brown. The John Brown crust, there's a reason I don't cook. Okay, did you put real lemons on it, Selena? Onto the crust? Oh, your blood pressure? Do you take medication for that, Dana? How high is your blood pressure right now? Maybe you should go to the doctor and get your medication tweaked a little bit, Dana. 163 over 134? There's no craft class or at like, do you have a Joann's, Maria? How did you make your crust, Selena? What'd you use? Well, if you go back into my channel for fall, and that was 2 years ago as well, just put, guys, I don't know if you know this or not. I'm sure most of you do, but in case you don't, I want to show you something. Okay, Polly, just sit down for a minute. Okay, see where, no, see where the little looking like the magnifying glass is next to my picture? You see that? All you do is hit that, okay? And then you go on and it says search YouTube, okay? So then you just put in whatever you want. So if you want fabric pumpkins, Davita Lane, hit that and then search, and it'll bring you to whoever's channel you're on. If you want to look at something they did, like when Bella, oh no, she did that on Instagram. Okay, say that Bella did her table on YouTube. You'd put in Bella D Designs refinishing table, or how, you know what I mean, and it'll scroll and it'll bring you to whatever she's done. So you can go right to that little magnifying and look for whatever you want. You don't have to just keep searching every video. It'll bring it down to the most, you know, to what you're looking for. Okay, Lori, you get to sleep, honey. And I'll still be praying. Okay, so the air dry clay, yeah, that is harder for a pie. Next time, use the regular all-purpose flour and a cup of salt and a cup of water, and roll it out just like you would a regular pie crust, and use that. You know, what are you talking about, Maria? The one that says she was approved. She was approved. No, did she just do a new video, Bella? Did Val? Val, are you here? Or are you sleeping? You never know with Val. All of a sudden she'll just pop on. You're not talking about the one where she gave herself a shot, right, Bella? Remember when she was doing her MS medication? I know it. There she is. She cracks me up all of a sudden. There she is. Val, we were just talking about you. How you doing, Val? You just got home from the beach? Good grief, woman. How long were you there? Oh, the spring snowman? That one, the only thing that was hard about that was, well, and it wasn't hard, but was, you know, getting the wire to coil. Yeah, because it's on Instagram. All right, how you feeling, Val? I told everyone a few minutes ago, I go, is Val here? I said, watch, she'll just pop on when you least expect it, and then all of a sudden, boop, there you are. So is that a new video, Val, you did about the medication? So you were there late. Were you at Doheny? Were you at a fire pit? You must have been. What app, Bella, are you talking about? Oh, yeah, Val. Dana, tell her again what your blood pressure is. Oh, it's just on Instagram? Oh, okay. Okay, she's going to get on her laptop. She's getting on her laptop, Dana. I wish, you know who I wish was on here right now is, it was Kitty Cat, wasn't it, you guys, that was having the problem with the bleeding? See, Dana? It's too high. Because she's taking medication, Val. But obviously, I think maybe it, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but do you think it needs to be tweaked and they need to, you know, check that out? Dana, wait a minute. Didn't you say that? Now, maybe you didn't. And if you didn't, forgive me. But I thought you said you had. Did you have a stroke before? Was it you that had a stroke? A mini stroke or whatever it was? Oh, you have an appointment tomorrow. Okay, good girl. Good. I can't remember if you said. Oh, you did have a small stroke. You definitely need to get in there. You feel like you're going to have a seizure right now, Selena? Who's Sam? You survived the Widowmaker? That's how blocked you were? Oh, Val, I didn't see that one yet. So you got approved for the chemo? For the MS? What made you go in, Dana, when you had the Widowmaker? What kind of symptoms were you having? I'm gonna have to go tonight when I go to bed, Val, and watch that. So the one, it's on Instagram. It's not on your vlog one. You have 5 stents in? Wow. Okay, we will. Everyone just quickly please say a prayer for Selena. She feels like she's gonna have a seizure. Father, just be with Selena right now. Put your arms around her. Send your angels around her. In Jesus' name. Oh, you got sick and your arm was hurting. You thought it was gas. Well, that's what happened to my husband, you know. You want to hear about an idiot? Wait till I tell you this one. uh, okay. So, he's outside and he's mowing, and it's in the summer. He's mowing. Comes in and he says, I don't know what's wrong, he said, but my chest is hurting. He goes, and every time I start to mow the lawn, I start to get a bad pain and it goes down my arm. I said, Mark, I said, it sounds like you could be having a heart attack. Do you want me to take you to the emergency room? No, because it was a Friday. It was it a Friday? Or was it, no, it was a Saturday. And he goes, no, I'm not going to go in because they just make you wait. I'll go in on Monday. I go, Mark, do you realize what you're saying right now? Let me take you to the emergency room. No, I'm not going to go today. He goes back out and tries to mow again. Comes back in, not 5 minutes later. I can't do it. He said, it hurts too much when I exert, Let me take you to the emergency room. I'm not going today. We'll go Monday. I said, okay, all right. We go in Monday. They start to put him on the treadmill. They took him off the treadmill immediately. Had him wait overnight. He was in the hospital. Next morning, he goes in for them to do a, where they go in and to look at your arteries. I can't think right now. Anyway, doctor comes in and has me come into the room where he can show me on the camera what they were looking at, right? So he says to me, he said, okay, watch this. So the blood is going through, right? And you can see the blood going through. All of a sudden, it stops, literally stops. He looked up at me and he said, this is amazing. He said, had he waited any longer, there would have been absolutely nothing I could have done. He was 98% blocked. He also has stents and now takes medication for the rest of his life. Amazing to me that he would wait all weekend. And when I saw what it looked like in the ultrasound, whatever you want to call it, it was the eeriest looking thing, watching that blood, just like a freeway, and all of a sudden, boom, no blood flow, no blood flow. I'll tell you what, God was with him. I was never so mad in my life. Oh, I was so mad. He's so stubborn. Yeah, they don't make it through. Think about that one, Val. He was having those pains all weekend. Hi, Heather. Angiocath, yeah. And they did it through his arm. You know, they used to go through the groin. Yeah, he's here. Stubborn as ever. Good RX is the medication. He's very lucky to be alive, Karen. Now, when you take what is your feeling, Selena? When you feel like that seizure's coming on, do you get a headache? $20? That's great. And it would have been 400. You know what? You know what I think? I think there's a conspiracy with this stupid medication. It is ridiculous how much they charge us for medication. It's ridiculous. Dana, do you think you should go in tonight? Are you hurting right now? Oh, this was 4 years ago, Maria, that happened. But they had a new way, Val. You probably know about this, but they put it, and they were just starting to do this. I can't remember if it was here or here. Anyway, they went through the main artery all the way up and through and down. Oh, and this is the other thing he did. Ticked me off. So he's in the recovery room, right? And they let him have a tiny, tiny little bit of coffee. Tiny, tiny. The nurses walk away and he looks at me and he goes, could you just go get me some coffee? I said, did you hear what they said? They gave you a little bit of coffee and that's all you can have. Davita, I need to have some coffee. Please go get me a cup of coffee. Mark, they said they... Davita, please. Okay. So I go over. I look at the nurse, and I knew what she said. I was standing there. I said, he wants more coffee. She said, he can't have any more. I said, could you please go tell him? Because I'm tired of telling him. She goes, good try, but you can't have any more coffee. All right, but that's not the kicker. Oh, no. It gets better. Okay, so they do this new procedure. It was fairly new at the time for them, okay? So he had to sign a lot of papers, and they were going to call him to see how he was feeling and all this, okay? So they have this plastic thing over this part, and it's putting pressure, okay? And he started to try to take it off. And they said, no, do not take that off. You must leave that on until you leave the hospital, because he had to stay overnight. Okay? He gets up to the room, and he's trying to find anything he can find to take it off. I looked at him and I said, you know what? I've had it. Knock it off. Okay? They told you you have to leave that on. So just by happenstance, a nurse comes by. And I kind of looked at her. She came in. She goes, everything okay? I said, yeah, everything except he tries to keep taking this off his arm. She looked at him. She goes, you cannot take that off. He looks at me. He was so mad. He is as stubborn as they come, and it irritates the heck out of me. You had 2 seizures while you were on your live? Oh, you have nitroglycerin? I wonder if he has that. But if you start hurting at all, how long ago were those strokes, Dana? Yeah, maybe a baby aspirin, Dana. I gotta read. You feel sluggish? Oh. Yeah, everyone needs prayers, huh? 2014. Now, did the stroke happen before your stents were put in or after? Is your belly button healing up good, Val? Do you have Mark has a blood pressure cup, you know, that you put on your arm? And he's very he can be very regimented if he needs to be, much more than me. And as far as, you know, eating, not eating fats and all that. Oh, that's right. That's how you knew, of course. I just thought, well, yeah, she just thought that's what she has, 160. Yeah, of course you have to have one. Are you still with us, Selena? Is Sam by you close enough to where if he needs to get you something? What's your next thing, Val, that you're going to do? Are you going to do a shop with me, or are you just laying low? Did I say hi to you, Lynn? If I didn't, hi. How you doing, Lynn? Selena, are you with us? Maybe the medication makes her tired. Maybe she fell asleep. Sometimes does it, the high blood pressure maybe come on if you're stressed, Dana? She just texted Granny Joe. Where? I don't see it. Dana, did they go through your groin when they did it, or your arm? It must have been your groin, because I don't think they were doing it back then. I'm not sure, though. Oh, Susan, what have you missed? What haven't you missed? I mean, we've been all around the mountain. How are you feeling, honey? Did you, now, wait a minute. You had the colonoscopy. Oh, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. Colostomy bag, right? Or did you have it reversed now? Oh, no wonder. A lot of kids in the house. Okay, bye, Pat. Oh, they did go through your wrist once. Okay. So you know what I'm talking about that plastic thing they put on your wrist to put pressure? I bet you Bella went to sleep. Oh, good. The bag's gone. Hallelujah. They just held your wrist for 30 minutes? Wow. Mark had to keep his in all night. Now, you had to have it done a couple times, right, Dana? Didn't they see all of the uh, blockage the first time? And you know what? What do you do in a case like that? I mean, how do any of us know how blocked we are? You know what I mean? What do you do? I mean, I guess I'm asking, do they have preventative uh, screenings from your doctor that you can get just to see where you're at as far as your arteries being blocked so you don't have to wait for a heart attack or to almost die? You know, with the widow thing. We'll be praying about that liver biopsy, Susan. So an echocardiogram is what shows if you're blocked. You went home the same day? Wow. Selena, are you there? If you're there, honey, just let us know. It could be that she fell asleep with the medication. I bet you it makes her tired. Because her husband is there, so we know that she's not alone. Oh, okay, Granny Joe. Well, then shouldn't all of us be checked when we get to a certain age? Shouldn't everyone be checked with an echocardiogram? Oh, she's on the phone with her now? Okay. Yeah, I think she said that Granny Joe is like her mom. I think that's important, don't you guys? I mean, when you hit like 50, Val, are you there? Shouldn't everyone get one of those? I mean, why would you want to wait until, you're like Mark, where, well, hopefully none of you would be that stubborn, but um, you know what I mean? Okay, but is an EKG different than an echocardiogram? Because an EKG is just where they do that little thing where they see the spikes, right? An echocardiogram, isn't that more like an ultrasound of the heart? I think they're different. I think I'm going to ask about that when I go in to get my medication for my thyroid. I'm going to ask about that. You're not a kidding, Joyce. Very expensive. That's what I thought. An echocardiogram is different than an EKG. Val, the echocardiogram is to see if you're blocked, right? And what do they do with that? Is it like an ultrasound when you're pregnant? Do they just put like gel on your chest and then go with the wand and do it? I don't know. Oh, benefits for drinking whiskey? I think I am going to ask about that. An echocardiogram. You don't have to go into thing like an MRI, do you? Because I'm claustrophobic. Whiskey is a better drink for people who are diabetic. Isn't it? Isn't that pure sugar though? I mean, distilled alcohol, doesn't it turn into sugar? And what made him get that, Joyce? The ultrasound on his. So Val, okay, so Joyce's husband had an ultrasound on his neck artery. So what's the difference between an ultrasound on your neck and an echocardiogram? Oh, it clears cholesterol? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I am going to ask about that when I go. Don't worry about it, Bella. Go to sleep. You need your sleep. You got a lot of work to do. Yep, everyone loves everyone here. Everyone's praying for you, Val and Bella and Selena, Susan, everybody. Val, this is the one that was praying for you, Everly. When I went to the doctor last time, she took the stethoscope and listened to the carotid artery on me. And she said, "Sounds good." How can she tell just by a stethoscope? Well, thanks, Val. Really? You can hear a lot, huh? Yeah, because when she does check it, she always says that it's flowing, you know? She can hear that it's the blood's flowing through. So I guess if it wasn't, it's like what the arteries do is it just stops at a certain point. That's what's scary, you know, when you really think about it. I mean, we're all walking around and we have no idea maybe how blocked we are. He has to take a pill. Well, he takes like three, I think. But one of them he has to take for his rest of his life, and it is the one where because apparently when you have stents or whatever in your body looks at it like a foreign object and it tries to get rid of it. So this pill that he takes counteracts that, I guess. Okay, I'm not swelling in my feet. Haven't taken my blood pressure lately. I don't think I have trouble breathing. So he just had a small stroke, Joyce. Yeah, because I remember when Mark would go upstairs, he would get kind of winded. I'm glad he's doing better, Joyce. Dana, you're going to have to let us know what the doctor says tomorrow. When was the last time your blood pressure was that high, Dana? You know, I'm telling you, you go from having kids that you worry about, and then you get on YouTube and you start worrying about all your YouTube family. Oh, wow. That was scary, huh, Joyce? The weather sure changed for us, didn't it, Val? Yesterday it was cold and rainy, and today it got very hot. Hey, Buzz. How are you? You writing more on your book? Wonder how Mina's doing. Grandma Glitter. On Buzz's channel, he was telling me he writes stories, short stories, and they are audio, and he does the reading. So go over to his channel. It's the same as his name. Anything with an English accent sounds good to me. You could be reading a weather report and I'd think it was nice. Oh, then you'll be recording them. Okay. I know. Everything sounds better when it's with an English accent. I'll never forget. I was at the grocery store. My two oldest were really little. Well, Jason was probably 2 and Tanya was 1. And we were shopping and this little boy, he was so cute. He goes, "Hey, Dad, do we have any yogurt in our refrigerator?" And he was so serious. And I remember I started busting up because it was so cute. "We have any yogurt in the refrigerator?" And he gave him this real inquisitive look. He was so cute. So cute. See, Buzz thinks we have an accent. And that's probably how they feel with us. We say they have an accent and they're thinking, well, I don't know, we're just talking. I know, huh? Oh, you mean like the Elmer Fudd or what was the other one? Elmer Fudd or you Twicky Wabbit? That's Elmer Fudd. But there was another one. Tweety Pie. Tweety Pie. I love Tweety Pie. Dana, you have the softest voice. I wished I had a voice like that. I come out like a booming, I don't know what. I would love to have a soft little sweet voice. Porky Pig, I love those. I love all the old cartoons. Saturday mornings aren't the same anymore. Cartoons nowadays, nothing like when I grew up. Thanks, Lynn. Wascally Wabbit. I don't think you sound like a little kid. I just think that you have a very soft, nice voice. Very, very lulling, very just like, oh, this is very nice. Me, it's like everybody's going, whoa, 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 okay, wake up, whoa, she's talking. Yeah, it's weird. I've always, had a deep voice, and both my girls have deep voices, and even my little Everly, she even has kind of a deep voice. I always have to apologize. Sorry for that, girls. Oh, I think I sound like a boy too, for sure. Well, you didn't ask if it was me. I remember one time my son was in college before he moved out to be in lived in the dorm, and one of his fraternity brothers called, and I answered. He goes, "Hey, Josh." I go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, this isn't Josh. It's his mother." I go, "Josh, it's for you." I looked at him and I go, "That's it, brother. I've had it. Now they're thinking I'm you." I just always wanted a soft little voice. I'm eating my salad from my dinner tonight that I never ate. Oh, they all sound like your wife, Buzz? My daughter's, my daughter that passed away, she sounded a lot like me on the phone. And sometimes Daisha, people, well, not as much. I think hers is a little bit higher pitch, but Tanya definitely had, and my granddaughters, her daughters have deep voices as well. Yeah, it's me. Okay, good. Let's get down a little bit further. Which one of you is it? The other thing, speaking of names, and I'm sure you all do this, when the kids were at home, well, I even do it sometimes now, but when they were little, and I was trying to call for one, I would call them every name of their sibling but their own. Josh, Jay, and that's how I would do all the time. And so they'd look at me and they go, well, I didn't know. I go, you know who I'm talking to. I'm looking at you. You know I mean you. Okay? And I'd go through every single name and get to their name at the at the last. Night, Sarah. Have a good day tomorrow, sweetie. Night, Robin. Good night, sweetie. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I do that too. Or, you know what I do, Heather? I'll get them mixed up as well. But sometimes I'll say, okay, now how do I say it? Well, I gotta remember. Oh, how do I say it? Oh, I get their names combined. It'll be like Bella Paul uh, or Polly Bell, Bella. I get them. I get the names together. I can't remember how I do it now, but I'm thinking, oh, Bella Anna, Bella Anna. I mean Pollyanna. Well, you know, it's my own fault, kind of, because like your mom, Dana, Debbie, Dennis, David, Dana. Okay, well, same thing. Josh, Jeremy, Jason. But the girls, I didn't do that. You know, there's Tanya and Daisha, and yet I'll get them all in the mix. For a baseball cap, I would probably put some bling on it and make a border, around the cap part, or maybe take it to a shirt place and have them embroider something on it. Are you talking about when you lose your hair, Susan, with the chemo? Yeah, I merge them together too, Heather. You know what they have too, Heather? I mean, Heather, Susan. They have. Here I go, Heather, Susan, Dana, Buzz. But you know who I mean. No, I'm teasing. They have these headpieces now, and they're like really pretty, and they're like a scarf in a way, but and then the side of it hangs down, really pretty. Are you gonna want to wear wigs at all, Susan? The artwork. Which artwork, Buzz? Oh. Are you talking this one, Buzz, or just the other ones that I do? My patriotic and all that. Because this is my granddaughter. And I had this in a pumpkin last year in my fall decor. Thanks, Lynn. Oh, yeah, that's my granddaughter. Because I like to put pictures in different ways instead of just on frames, so I'll make them like paper dolls. But that's actually her. That's Everly. Can't remember where I got that. Oh, you know where I got that? I got that at Ross. It's just a, excuse me, it's just a cuter way, I think, of displaying pictures sometimes. Susan, have you started losing your hair yet? Or are you just getting prepared? Well, that I made for my daughter, for her, when my daughter was pregnant with her, for her baby shower. I made these to go on the tables with flowers underneath. Thank you. They said that they'd give you a wig, Susan. Are you going to get your hair cut really short? I think the scarves are really pretty. And how they hang down on one side. Is your hair just getting thin, Joyce? I think the scarves would probably be more comfortable, especially in the summer. Because my girlfriend had breast cancer and she had chemo and she did get wigs. She never wore them. I remember she paid a lot of money. And it was very real looking. I mean, it was human hair. She wore it a couple times and she said, I hate them. And so she would wear scarves and knit caps because it was softer. But yeah, we're definitely keeping you in prayer, Susan. You've been such a little warrior through all this. Make sure to let us know, Susan, when you get your reports back tomorrow. Buzz, how old are your daughters? And how many do you have? You know what? I don't think I've ever asked that. All of you, how many kids do you have? I know Val, well, I think she fell asleep, but she has 3. Bella has 1. Dana, how many do you have if you're still on here? I'd like, just out of curiosity, I'd like to know. I had 5. It's always weird. I don't know how to answer that. Ugh, it bugs me. But, well, I have 4 living now, but I had 5. That always bugs me. I don't know how to answer that. It's weird. Okay, so let's look. I want to see. 7. Whoa. 3, Joyce has. Buzz has 2, 37 and 27. And you have 2 sons. Oh, wow. Thank you, Heather. You're a sweetie. how are you, sweetie? How many kids do you have, Maria? Already did, but a lot falling out. Male nurse called me sir. Oh, okay. Biological and 5 adopted. Okay. So your kids are all grown as well. Get it straight, Biddy. Your daughter's 20. Very nice. And I think Lori has 2 daughters. Angel Lady, are you still on here, honey? I think Robin has 2 kids. Maybe 1. You have 3 daughters, Susan. Oh, you have 3. Okay, cool. Yeah, she's a cutie, Dana. She's real cute. 2 girls and 1 son. Very nice. Do they really, Buzz? Aw. 5 girls and 2 boys. So they're close to their daddy too, huh? That's great. Sure goes by fast, you know, when you look back in retrospect. Doesn't it go fast, you guys? At the time you think, oh my gosh. Especially if you have a big family and they're close in age. But then you realize when you look back now, you think, oh man, I wish I would have just taken in a little bit more. You know what I mean? But, you know, hindsight is 20/20. Yeah, it's funny. I agree. Girls do have a special bond with their dad, and the boys definitely have a bond with the mom. Not that they don't have a bond with either or, but there is that particular bond. Well, Heather, you know what? And those fur babies are just as much children as you know what I mean? My girlfriend, the one I told you about just now that had the breast cancer, and she's been in remission now, oh my gosh, 7 years, and she never had children. Her husband had from a previous marriage, but she never had a child, you know what I mean. And her dog was her baby. And I understand that fully now that my kids are all grown and out of the house. Well, I'm going to spell it because if I say it, they're going to think they're going O-U-T. But B-E-L-L-A and P-O-L-L-Y, they are so human. I mean, they know words that I'm saying. That's why I have to spell. And they keep so much company, and they're just so, the love is so unconditional that they are family, you know what I mean? And people that don't have animals or don't like animals a lot of times just don't understand it, and that's okay. But just respect that people that do have animals do feel differently than they might. $34, $29, and $13. So you still have a little one. Val, you do feel like that sometimes. But this too shall pass. And then you'll wish you had it back. Oh, I was here and there and everywhere. I mean, I had two of them where one was in football, one was in soccer, and then he was in baseball. I had another one that I was taking. He was a black belt, Jeremy, the cook. He was taekwondo, um, all that martial arts. Tanya did basketball. Daisha was in drama, and she was in dance. I mean, she was in choir. She was in everything. I mean, so you're meeting yourself coming and going. And now I wish so bad to be back in those days. Oh, I'm telling you, that chicken of yours, Dana, is so doggone cute. That's true, Buzz. That's a very nice way of putting it, Buzz. Having teenagers is like seeing a rainstorm. It's spectacular, but soon passes. Val, what are the ages of your kids again? I know you have two boys and a girl. Isn't that correct, Val? I cannot believe. Well, I feel like I need to knock on wood, but Bella is doing so good, because well, honest. Oh, now she's looking at me. Um, she was on death's door, and I am not kidding. I mean, she was just bones, and you should see her. I mean, her ribs aren't showing anymore, and because they tweaked the insulin, and her coat is so pretty. I mean, she is doing so well. If Rosemary was here, she'd be thrilled to hear that. Oh, but you didn't. He's okay, right? Yes, he does, Buzz. He used to teach it, and 17, 14, and 12. Okay. So you got him kind of all, well, the 12-year-old's coming up soon, but still little. He's very, very good. When he would do kicks, his leg would go perpendicular to his body. I mean, he could kick his leg straight up. You know what I'm saying? Where it wouldn't even bend. I mean, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. He did all of it. He did jujitsu. He did taekwondo, um, karate. Um, oh, what's the other one? Shoot, I can't remember the other one. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he's extremely strong. I've never known of a person. My oldest son works out. Okay, my youngest son, he goes to the gym, but he runs. Jeremy does not work out per se. Okay, he does the martial arts. I have never felt such a rock hard body in my life. I look at him, I go, how are you getting muscles when you don't work out? Solid as a rock. Solid as a rock. Weirdest thing. It's funny, Heather. I thought the same with Bella. I kept thinking, I know she's not ready. And when I took her to the vet, I was in tears. And he said, I don't know that she's going to make it through the night. He said, I will call you if she takes a turn for the worse so you can come and say goodbye. And I knew she wasn't ready. And next morning, they had her IVs all night. And next morning, I took her home and scared to death to give her a shot. I was so scared, so scared. But you do what you got to do when you know this is what she needs to live. And here she is today, and she is looking so much better. And I just knew it wasn't time. I knew it. Solid as a rock. Oh, Val, now you're like me. You're always putting songs to things. Oh, yeah, she's so much better. Thank God. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is if he ever gets in a fight, he would not dare to use the martial arts, because they are considered, when you pass all those, your hands are considered lethal weapons. And, you can get in big trouble. And he's quick. He's very fast. He can spin and kick that leg out, and you wouldn't even know what hit you. Thanks, Heather. Yeah, I'm so thankful. So thankful. And like I said, she did lose much of her sight, but she does have the peripheral. So thank God for that. Now, Polly is over there putting her nose on her back. Oh, bless Lincoln. Well, and that's true, Buzz, because my two other sons, they were always involved in can't think of the word. Baseball, football, team sports. They were always in team sports. Jeremy never wanted to do that. And Jeremy is my artist. He is very much, when it comes to creativity or talent, he is like a one-man show. You know what I mean? Where the other two, they can't draw a lick. And neither one of them know any of the martial arts. But Jeremy is just very artistic, and he always liked just doing what came from within himself. Okay, Angel Lady, good night. Love you, honey. You know what? It's funny. I just thought of this. My dad was never into, well, he loved baseball and he loved football to watch, but he was never one to actually play the sport. But he was into yoga really heavily, and he was an artist. That's how he made his living. I just thought of that. So both of them were that way. Wow, Buzz, I gotta listen to your books. Just by what you're writing, I'm thinking, ooh, I just gotta listen. Thanks, Peggy. Oh, my dad was big time. He was a seeker, all right. I'm gonna do a YouTube on my dad. in August because his birthday's in August. And his paintings were, I mean, they were really phenomenal. And he did this picture of Gandhi. This picture was unbelievable. And someone bought it for a lot of, I don't know exactly how much, but it was a lot. And I have a photograph of it, and I'm going to put it into a montage of his paintings. And he did a pastel of mine, and when he did it, he was legally blind, and he didn't tell me at the time. He had macular degeneration. What a thing to have being an artist. And he only had his peripheral vision when he did this of me. And he asked me for a picture, and he took that picture and did a 19, I think it was a 19 by 20 or 20 by 19, whatever, pastel of me. And I'll be showing that as well when I do the video on him. Yeah, I will have that up. And I will listen to that. So tonight when I go to bed, I'll watch Val's on Instagram about her medication, and then I'll go to the waiting room. And Jeremy took after my dad. And my dad was so excited when he saw the work that Jeremy would do. I can't draw a stick person. Irritates the heck out of me. I don't have the perception like my dad and Jeremy did. My dad and Jeremy does. Just their perception, how they can look at things. And my dad would always doodle. And if he was watching TV, he really wasn't watching TV. He would doodle anything he could. He would sometimes look at a person that was on TV and he would sketch them. He always was doing something. Good night, Dana. Yeah, I'm going to sign off in a minute too because you know who, both four eyes are looking at me. And Dana, please let us know what the doctor says tomorrow. Oh, thanks, thanks, Buzz. And I'm glad your wife's watching. So I was happy to spend some time with everyone. And for those that are going to bed, sweet dreams. Buzz, have a wonderful day. And until we get together again, remember, the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever, ever forget that. There's only one you. And you bring something to the world nobody else can.